can you say it's the top 100 board games of all time, please?
Top 100 board games of all time.
Thank you. Number 70 is curricula. This was number one on Board Game Geek for ages. This is before the cult of the new took hold of board games, and people just sort of big up the ones they bought on Kickstarter. But yeah, this is from a German bloke called Uwe Rosenberg, and this is like one of his first worker placement games. So basically, you're taking control of a medieval farm. Whoever said farming wasn't fun. But you got two workers, maybe more if you take the right actions, but you put them on the board, blocking the space so no one else can go to that turn. And yeah, this is a fantastic game, brilliant game. I really like this one. 69 is Carnival Zombie, kind of a strange looking game. Not because of the bloke on the front, but it's like a tower defence thing, so everybody's got patrols. All 6 characters are in the game at one time, and what you're trying to do, you're trying to defend yourself from endless hordes of zombies until you can escape the city of Venice. Everyone's got a special ability they can use, and yeah, this is tense, exciting stuff. The rulebook's a bit crap because it's been translated from Italian, but yeah, it's hard to get hold of this one, but if you ever do see it, you should buy it. Number 68 is Bruno Guitarist's awesome Dice Town. Yeah, this is what you're doing. Everyone's got like a load of dice with poker symbols on them, and you're rolling them, choosing which one to keep, and you're going to keep re-rolling depending on what everyone's rolled. And you then go down this track, and you get rewards based on who rolled what and when and everything. And yeah, this has got a fantastic cowboy theme in it, and just the noise when everyone slams their cups down, and you never really know what you're going to be getting that round. So yeah, this is awesome, really good fun, quick, simple, and we like it a lot. 67 is this Catacombs. It's really heavy because we've got a lot of expansions in here, but this is another dexterity game. What's up with these dexterity games on this list? But this is like a 1 versus all type game. So you've got one person that's like controls the evil creatures, and everyone else is like takes the form of like some sort of generic fantasy character, like a wizard or a fighter or whatever. And you're flicking discs around this map, trying to injure your opponent and get through the dungeon and take the treasure and everything. Yeah, so this is the 3rd edition of this game now, and they've just released another expansion, so hopefully we'll be picking that up. But yeah, this is again, the rulebook's a little bit convoluted, but once you get your head around it, it's 66 is Dirk Henn's Wallenstein. This is the big box 2nd edition, and yeah, this is sort of like it's like an area control kind of war game sort of thing. And yeah, so it's one of the first games that had this dice tower. So you chuck all these colour cubes into this tower, and they all fall out, and it like randomises the action, so you can take this turn. But basically you get points for controlling premises and controlling territories. And yeah, it's a really tense war game. It looks a bit boring, but they wouldn't keep printing it if it was crap, and it's not. Number 65 is this gem of a game, Century Spice Road, one of the quickest games you play. It was a bit of a surprise to get a couple of years ago, maybe it was last year, but yeah. So yeah, what you're doing with this, you've got different spices represented by cubes in this bowl. And everyone starts off with the same hand of cards, and you're playing cards to get better spices that you can trade in for better cards, and you're building up. It's like a sort of a deck building game. So you're building up this big hand of cards, and then there's a certain amount of victory points. Once all the victory points are gone, then you count up what you got. And yeah, There's a few, they made a couple of other variations on this, I can't remember what they call now, Century something or other, and not as good as this one, but yeah, we like this one a lot. 64 is Ignacy Trzewiczek's Starvation Simulator, Robinson Crusoe Adventures on the Cursed Island. Probably one of the most punishing games, one of the most difficult games to win that we've got downstairs in the games room. But you know, I don't think you can possibly have much more fun killing yourself as you can playing this game. Every round new threats come out, and it's one of the games where if you're putting out fires all over the place, and if you don't play your cards right, then the fires just keep burning a bit bigger and bigger and bigger until everyone's engulfed by it. But it's hilarious watching yourself fall apart. No point in the second edition, but this one, really good game, and we might play it now. Number 63 is that game called Royals. This is by Peter Hall's, the same geezer that done Francis Drake, which is another great game. But yeah, this is sort of like an area control game. So there's a deck of cards, and a bit like Ticket to Ride, you're pulling cards out of the deck, trying to match sets based on what country you want to take over, and you get points for the countries that you take over first, and then you can collect personalities from those countries, and they score at the end of the game. But this is so simple. When you play it, you're like, oh, is that it? But there's a level of depth to this one that sort of, once you peel off that simple layer, then yeah, it's got a lot of hidden depths, this one, and it's infinitely replayable. And if you haven't got it, go and get it now. 62 is McGinnis Peru, and this game uses the rondel mechanism. So up in the top, one of the top corners of the board, you've got this basically the wheel split into different portions, and every round you move your piece and take a different action. But yeah, this is sort of how do you explain? It's sort of like an area control game. You've got like a stock market, and you can take credit out. You get points and money based on your investments, but the way the investments work, they can morph and change throughout the game. But yeah, this is especially good with 6 players. We've done a run through this one, but the quality is not too good. But yeah, McGinnis, you're a man. Okay, number 61 is Alhambra, another Dark Hen game, the same geezer that done Wallenstein. But yeah, this won the Spielberg in 2003. And this is a tile laying game, so you're buying tiles from a stack based on money that you can pull out of a draw deck, and then you're placing tiles down, but there's restrictions on the way that you can place tiles and what points you get based on what tiles you place next to each other. It's the deluxe edition with the really nice board and all the nice wooden bits, but it doesn't matter what one you got, and it didn't win an award for no reason. So you know, if Alhambra isn't in your collection, I'm going to send the boys round.